Here is our hostess with the mostest on how to do budget meals under $5. Oh my gosh, she's an awesome channel and comes up with some awesome recipes. So, if you like budget meals, check out this playlist and see what these awesome creators came up with to put a meal together for $5 or less. Now, for Grandma to do that, she had to do 3 different meals because the canned meat alone was $3.50. So, to bring it in budget, we put 3 meals together, but we only used 1 can of Spam. Everything else was very inexpensive. So, stay tuned and see what Grandma did for budget meals under $5. Please check out the playlist. Anyone can join in every week, once in a while. And come on by and get some inspiration to get those budgets in control. Food just keeps going up. Last week, I showed you budget meals you could buy in the freezers department and still be under budget. This week, we're going to be doing 3 meals with 1 can of Spam, and the whole 3 meals total together are going to be about under $12. So anything is possible if you just think ahead a little bit and start looking at what you have in your kitchen and what you can buy and what you can put together. So, hope you're going to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all to do with Spam, Grandma and Grandpa's favorite meat out of a can. Get ready. It's going to be Spam all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh yeah, we're going to be using Spam. I bought 2 different kinds of Spam, hot and spicy, and regular Spam. Well, when I started messing with it, I found out that was way too much Spam to be cooking in one day. So I did make my sandwich with hot spicy Spam for lunch, but everything else was just made with the regular Spam because, believe it or not, I still did not even use a whole can for 3 whole meals for me and Grandpa. Spam stretches out a lot, and it's only about $3.50 a can, and we got 3 meals out of 1 can of Spam. I feel it's pretty cost effective, and if you like Spam, you're going to love it. You can get some really good meals put together, really on a budget. We're going to start by getting our meat sliced up and cut up to cook. And I'm going to put some hot water on to boil for I can get some rice put together for our dinner. Because I only want to cook this one time. The total cooking time for all 3 meals was probably about an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes. That was prepping time and cooking time. As you can see, I sliced up 3 of each, and I used this for our lunch, our sandwiches. I didn't really care for the spicy Spam as much as I liked just the regular Spam. Not that there was anything wrong with it. I think I just liked the other one better. So that was another reason why I didn't cook it all up, because there was plenty of Spam in the 1 can for all the rest of the meals. I usually buy Stater Brothers chicken broth because it's about half the cost of regular chicken broth. There's nothing wrong with it. It tastes fine. So I put that with a cup of water and cooked my rice in that. And that was cooking while I was preparing everything else because, like I said, we like to cook all the meals at one time and get it over with. I don't want to be in the hot kitchen cooking every single day. As you can see, I got my chicken broth and water up to a boil. The reason why I used chicken broth instead of just water because I wanted more flavor. I did add seasonings to it. I used yellow curry, and you don't have to use that. I just like a lot of flavor in my food. Lemon pepper, Italian seasonings, and a little bit of garlic salt. But you use whatever seasonings you like and use as much or as little as you want. I don't want to use a lot of salt, so I try to use a lot of different kinds of seasonings besides salt. So once you get that water to a boil, then you can put your rice in, cover it, and let it cook until it's done and fluffy. Then, and as that was cooking, I forgot to mention, I did put a little bit of red pepper in because I like a little more flavor. But I didn't put a lot because my husband can't deal with a lot of hot food. But I didn't make it so hot that it was hot spicy, just a little flavor spicy. This is my favorite rice that I use every time. It always turns out great. And I do pay a little bit more, I'm sure, for it, but I don't care. I don't use that much rice. There's just me and Grandpa.
I do live sort of on a budget, but I don't want to live on a budget where I'm eating food I'm not going to be happy with. I feel like you can eat something really good and yummy and still not spend a fortune if you just pay attention to what you're putting together. I'm just trying to figure out things that I can put together with a can of Spam. There's just me and Grandpa, so we don't need a ton of meat. Let's go to the next meal. Well, this is what we had for breakfast. 3 slices of Spam, a half a potato, and I browned it up in some butter. That's why it's bubbling so much. It turned out pretty good and crisp. When I thought it was cooked pretty well, almost to done, I put a couple of green onions sliced up and put in there too at the last minute. I was very, very happy. In fact, there was so much food I thought I divided half for my husband and half for me. So both of us got about a fourth of potato, and we got a slice and a half of Spam and a little bit of green onion. And then my husband had 2 eggs and 2 slices of toast, and I threw some rice in mine. It was very filling. As you can see, the serving size was plenty enough, and with the 2 eggs it really looked really filling, and adding 2 slices of toast was just the perfect touch for him. I didn't have any bread at all I did was add some rice that we were going to have for dinner to what I had, and it was very filling for me too. Both of us felt like we had a really good breakfast. Neither one of us went away hungry, and we stayed full for hours because my husband had the egg and I had the rice. I like to fill my stomach up, for I'm not starving an hour and a half after eating, trying to keep myself from getting heavy, but I don't want to be hungry either. I don't like the word dieting. I like eating things that are filling and keeping me full all day. Lunch was super quick. I cooked 3 slices of Spam, but that was way too much. 2 is plenty, and it's still a generous sandwich. So anyway, there was leftovers on the Spam on this. I had two slices of Spam on a piece of bread with some mayonnaise and some chips was my lunch. It doesn't sound exciting, but at least it was lunch and it was under budget. Little bit of potato chips. These are my husband's Spam slices. This is regular Spam with a little mayonnaise, and it's nothing exciting. We didn't even use lettuce. But it was still good, and it filled our stomachs up. And you just do the best you can when you're trying to not make things super expensive. Then with mine, I used 2 of the spicy ones, and they were okay, but for some reason I think I like the original better. Not because of the spiciness, because I love spicy. I just didn't care for them as much as the regular. And here I took a bite and tried it, and it was pretty good. I mean, I could eat it with no trouble. It's just that the others I think I like better. It's all it is. So I probably won't be buying the spicy again. I can buy my own spices if I want it spicier. But anyway, this is what we had for lunch. A little bit of chips, 2 pieces of bread apiece, and 2 slices of Spam. Thought it turned out pretty good. Well, guess what, guys? We're having Spam for dinner. Oh, yes, Spam for dinner. I cut up 4 slices of Spam. That would mean we have about 2 slices of Spam apiece, but truthfully even less than that, because this food is enough for at least 2 or 3 meals when we got done. But anyway, there's about 4 slices of Spam that I diced up small, put in the fry pan, and browned it. I still had a half a potato left from breakfast, and I threw that in and browned it with it. Then I had 4 slices of the green onions, and I cut off the bottom white end of it, sliced it up, and put it in with the potatoes and the Spam and let it brown. When it was getting pretty close to being brown, then I got some teriyaki sauce just to add a little extra flavor to this dish. Put it in here and stirred it up and let it cook for a little while until it sort of incorporated into the meat and potatoes. This did say spicy on it. I was unaware of it when I bought it, but it wasn't spicy at all. At least I didn't think it was spicy. So it'll be fine for my husband. And here it is, bubbling away, incorporating into everything I have. It smelt so good when it was cooking. Like I said, I add a little garlic, salt, and a little bit of, lemon pepper to this also. My mixed vegetables are in here cooking. I put some of that rice I cooked this morning. When I was all done getting it all warmed up, I added the little green onions on top, for they wouldn't cook too much and they would still be a little crunchy. It was awesome good. But you know what else Grandma did? To give just a little extra pizzazz, I had a very small can of pineapple, and I cooked that down in its own juices and added it to this dish. Oh my gosh, it turned out so wonderful. I was so glad that I did that. That is optional. You do not have to do the pineapple. I put the pineapple on this pan like off to one side when it was done, but it cooked in a fry pan. It didn't cook with this food. It turned out so good. So let me know what you thought about this dish. It's enough food here to feed me and Grandpa probably for at least 2 to 3 days. So that would mean a family of 6 could eat on this with no trouble. It's amazing what a little bit of mixed vegetables and some rice and a little bit of meat can go a long way. And it stretches those dollars out. And oh my gosh, that Spam is so good with the pineapple. I had heard it tastes really good, but I've always been a little afraid to try. Now that I've tried it, I think I'm going to be eating a lot more of it like that. I think next time when I make a sandwich, I'm going to get one of those pineapple slices and brown it in a frying pan and then put it on my sandwich. That sounds so good, doesn't it? It really was good. So this is what you want to do. You want to experiment, try a little of this, a little bit of that. Believe it or not, the total bill with the pineapple, 3 meals, came to under $12. Because most of the stuff is very inexpensive. Rice goes a long ways. Frozen vegetables go a long ways. I don't use a whole package of frozen vegetables. I don't use a whole package of rice. And 1 can of Spam did 3 meals with no trouble. Now here is my wonderful pineapple, and I only put it to one side in case my husband didn't like it, but I did eat it, and boy was it good. It was so good I had to get a few more bites I didn't share with you. So I would say this is winner, winner, winner. Give it a try. Spam. If you like Spam, you're going to love these meals, and the best part of all, you can put your whole meal for the whole day with 1 can for 2 people under $12. And this dinner easily could have fed 6 people. So I think it's a bargain. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed my 3 different things that we had, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all to do with Spam. All in a budget and all under $13. See you in the next video.